Welcome to Firearms of America, and today, as you guys can see, I have another pair of Salomon boots for review, and these are Salomon X Raise GTX hiking boots. So, if you don't have time to watch the whole review, let me tell you guys, overall, I do like the design, I do like a few features here and there, but I have to say this is the first boot from Salomon that I am not very impressed whenever it comes to the comfort level. If you want to find out more, watch the whole review. Let's get straight into it. If some of you already know, this review is specifically for my ultimate survival boots section. Basically, these boots were your ultimate survival boots. Something bad happened and you were wearing them, and you had to run, walk for miles and miles, and then climb, and then do some fighting, do whatever is necessary to survive in these boots. Would they be good? Would they contribute to your survival? So how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's get into it. Criteria number 1, comfort. All right, let's talk about it. So in order to test the comfort level of all the boots on this channel, I do a 3-mile run and a 5-mile walk without stopping. Total wear time, it's about 8 hours usually. So let's get into some good things first. All right, a few things that contribute to the comfort level. That's, of course, would be the weight, and let's get this out of the way. This is size 10, and as you can see, let me reset that. 13.33, which is extremely impressive. Now, usually I say here on this channel, whenever I do all the reviews, I say that if you want the boots that you can run in, walk in for extended periods of time without really feeling anything on your feet, without getting fatigued from the weight, you want something under 20 ounce. And these are definitely well under 20 ounce. 13.3 is very impressive weight for a mid-size hiking boot. There are a few other factors that contribute to the comfort level, and one of them is my favorite, my very favorite insole, Ortholite. And here, as you can see, there is really not much to it. It's not really shaped pretty much in any way. It's practically flat. However, because of this very nice jelly type of texture that all Ortholite innersoles have, definitely helps with the impact whenever you're running. And of course, because the outsole here is very flexible, you can run fairly easily and properly without putting too much stress on your ankles and on your knees. Okay, now let's talk about something that I'm not happy whenever it comes to the comfort level in this boot. I am not happy with the material that was used around this toe box area. As you can see right here where it breaks, this material creates a sort of pressing feeling on your foot, and you can definitely feel it. And after running about a mile, this area of your foot starts getting fatigued. Even walking, you definitely do feel it. Now, after some time, these boots might break in, but as you already know, if you watched any of my videos, I say boots, they're supposed to be comfortable right out of the box. I don't believe in breaking period. If the boots are comfortable, they're comfortable right out of the box, and not, break in after 10 miles, 10 years, whatever. Okay, so overall on the comfort level, I have to give these boots a 6 out of 10. Can't give them any more, just because this is, I think, a fairly serious issue. Everything else is fantastic. This I am definitely not happy about. I hope to see an updated version from Salomon. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, which is proofing and protection. Now, let's get the proofing out of the way. As you probably already noticed, there's a little Gore-Tex sticker right here. Yes, these boots are GTX. They have a Gore-Tex waterproofing, which is a very good, very advanced waterproofing technology, which does not add special membrane, does not add to the weight, contributes to the breathability, But at the same time keeps it waterproof. I had a few boots already in my experience doing some serious hikes with GTX, and I never had any kind of problem with those. So overall, whenever it comes to the proofing with the GTX, obviously some really good feature you have there. So let's talk about the protection now. There isn't really much to talk about here. You do have a little bit of reinforcement here at the toe, which I do like. It's not really much, but a little bit of extra, definitely pretty good. And of course this fabric itself feels fairly tough, so it will offer you a little bit of protection. Not much, not from the impact, don't drop anything on your toe, but you do have a little bit. Not much in the ankles. As you can see, there isn't really much padding going on at all, and the same thing with the heel. So not much offering here in the protection department. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, which is the quality and the design features. Now, quality wise, these boots, because they're brand new from Salomon, they literally just recently came out, you can't find much reviews on them just yet. If you click the link in the description below, the currently they only have one 5-star rating on Amazon, but overall, you know, usually it doesn't take too long for the ratings to pick up and kind of make a general picture of what people think about these boots. But overall, whenever it comes to Salomon, they are a great brand. They've been doing boots forever, since like 1947 or something like that. So they've been doing that for a while. They know what they're doing, and you guys know, you know, one of my top favorite ever boots that I reviewed on the channel is from Salomon. So, you know, they're good. Let's move on to the criterion number, that's still number 3. Yes, we're still talking about the criterion number 3, but now we're talking about the design features. And here I talk about the lacing system. As you can see here, the strings are actually flat. There is really nothing crazy going on. I am not a huge fan of flat strings. I am not a huge fan of these closed hooks. They do slide fairly easy, but I think Salomon could have done a little bit of a better job if they implemented some plastic rings inside of these, or metal rings, kind of like these ones, but obviously closed here would have been easier to slide through. I do like these open hooks on the top. I just wish they were locking, because these ones, they kind of easy for these to unhook. Yeah. So let's move on to the criteria number 4, outsole traction and stability. Now this is one of the things where Salomon definitely do shine. One of the best outsoles that you can get because of this excellent balance of aggression and flatness. Now I test all my boots on a variety of different surfaces: older asphalt, newer tarmac, sand, dry sand, wet sand, dry grass, wet grass, trail surface, rocky road, and then of course some flat surfaces like marble and tile. This outsole right here performs excellent literally on all of those because of that great balance of aggression and flatness. And I do like the fact that Salomon implemented some ridges here on the sides, which do help with some climbing whenever it comes to ropes, trees, and whatever really you are climbing. So on the outsole traction stability, I can give this boot a very solid 9 out of 10. Why 9 and why not 10? Because I'm not a big fan of this. As you can see, the outsole kind of sticks out here on the sides and on the back. I see it as a tripping hazard, just not something you might like it, you know. Some people might like it. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so let's move on to the criteria number 5 really quickly: temperature. Now, these boots are not really designed to be a winter boot for cold temperatures. They're more for warmer climates, and I test most of my boots here in Florida, about 100 degrees weather. Very breathable, even considering that they're waterproof. Very nice and breathable. Very light. You know, my feet did not overheat. Even after 3 miles of run, even after 5 miles of walk, did not overheat at all in 100 degrees weather. So definitely good. Whenever colder temperatures, of course, I would not recommend them as a winter boot, obviously, because there isn't really any insulation or anything like that, even though they are waterproof. However, still, you know, they're really not designed for colder temperatures. If you do, however, have experience with this boot in colder temperatures, let us know in the comments below what you think and how cold it was. Let's quickly talk about the criteria number 6, which is the sizing. This is size 10, definitely true to the size. I always recommend getting all your hiking boots, really boots in general, half a size bigger than your normal shoe size. If it's, for example, 9, get yourself 9.5 boots so that you have a little bit of that extra space in the toe box. Definitely helps whenever you're going down the hill, saves you from the fatigue. Let's move on to the criteria number 7, which is balance of application. So if this really was your last boot that you put on, ultimate survival boot, would this be a good boot to survive in? I think it could have been a really good option if there wasn't that major flaw with the comfort level here in the toe box. I think this is definitely not good, and I think it needs to be addressed by Salomon like literally immediately, because it creates that unnecessary fatigue. Everything else about this boot is great. If you prefer lighter boots, if you prefer Gore-Tex waterproofing, if you like this, I mean, how can you not like this outsole? I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. It's just great. And if the price range is good for you, 150, just excellent boot. Except for this one little flaw that is kind of a big deal. So hopefully Salomon will address this one. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 8, which is the price. Like I said, it's $150 currently on Amazon. There are 3 different colors available. This one, a lighter one, and also a darker one, kind of like black looking. So I think the price might come down for these boots because they're new. Obviously they're going to be a little bit more expensive. However, I also wanted to point out that in that price range, there are some really good options, some strong competition, even from the same Salomon, even from the same brand. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about these boots. Would you consider them for your hiking? Would you consider them as your ultimate survival boots? If you have any requests for reviews, definitely drop them in the comments below. I will be happy to address those if I can get my hands on those, you know, boots. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America, and I'll see you guys in the next video.